So a few years ago, Uber decided to get into the self-driving car game and try to cut costs when not paying as many drivers and creating more profit because they're paying less drivers on the road. Well, fast forward a few years to today, how much has that program actually cost them so far? And do they even have anything that's viable yet? That's what we're talking about right now. Hey everyone, Chris here from Real Rideshare Stories. If you're new to the channel and you're looking for different things within the rideshare industry, whether it's updates to what's going on, news, tips and tricks for passengers and drivers, or what actually happens on real rideshare rides, start now by hitting that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to check the description below for other helpful information and tips. So Uber and its self-driving leg has been making the news the last couple of weeks, and it pretty much started because a driver from a 2018 crash of a self-driving car has been brought up on charges just the other day. I did make a video on that. If you haven't seen, you can go back and check that out. But we're talking about now pretty much what has Uber done with its self-driving division, how much money has it spent, and where is it actually when it comes to a real self-driving vehicle that'll be out on the road. Now, drivers are going to be really happy to hear this because Uber has been trying to build up its self-driving division, which means they have to spend a lot of money in order to be able to build this technology. And so, yeah, they dropped a pretty penny when it comes down to it. But how far did that car actually make it? Right now, it's a few thousand-pound paperweight, so the technology is nowhere near completion. So drivers out there, relax when it comes down to it because you'll be able to continue driving for the foreseeable future. And now going on to the article that I'm going to be referencing about all of the craziness within Uber's self-driving division, how much money they spent, and pretty much its paperweight is going to be covered in this article. So this is from the New York Post. It's titled, Uber's self-driving car unit has made little progress despite $2.5 billion price tag. If you want a link to this, it will be in the description below so you can check this out and read it in full. Going on, it says, Uber's efforts to build a self-driving car have cost the company nearly $2.5 billion, and it's still nowhere close to putting a driverless car on the road, according to a new report. The ride-hailing giant's advanced tech group has been beset by infighting and setbacks, the information reports, leading to fears that rivals like Alphabet-owned Waymo and Apple's self-driving tech may soon leave it in the dust. Now, I want to know where Tesla is in all this because Tesla's pretty much been building its self-driving unit on every Tesla that's out on the road currently. So a little bit different, though, how they're building their systems. So despite the team first beginning its research in 2015, now 5 years ago, Uber's self-driving car doesn't drive well and struggles with simple routines and simple maneuvers, a manager in the unit told CEO Dara, the report said. So it's pretty much how Uber operates overall. Doesn't drive well and struggles with simple routines and simple maneuvers. But says the talent is still here to get the job done, but the belief is waning, he said. The manager raised the alarm because the arm of the company has simply failed to evolve and produce meaningful progress in so long that something has to be said before a disaster befalls us, according to the information. Teams within the group have competing philosophies, according to the report, with members who were recruited from aerospace or the government focused on safety above all, while engineers feel that progress is moving too slowly in the wake of a 2018 accident, which saw a pedestrian killed by a self-driving Uber in Arizona. And again, that's what I was just talking about a few minutes ago. It says the engineers feel that Uber overcorrected following the accident and want to go back to the fatality days, one member of the team told the information. Now, no matter what, it's good that Uber is actually wanting to be safe about these things because you don't want to put somebody into a car and it have some sort of malfunction. So they're actually being pretty good about the safety there. When it comes to other things, still falling short. So Uber has been adamant about its public commitment to safety with its self-driving cars. We aren't just building software and throwing it on the road and seeing how it works. Everything we make has to have rigor around it in verification of the software safety. Eric Mayhofer, chief of the self-driving unit, told the information. That can cause frustrations, and I see that too. John Tomlinson, who last week revealed that he was leaving Uber after 3 years as the head of software engineer for the autonomous team in favor of a CTO position at AI company BrainCore, said in his farewell letter that the team was increasingly bogged down in many layers of things that are not real work, and most insidiously, activities that don't even lead to real work. So it really makes you wonder what is actually going on there in their own division, because if they're just offering this busy work, essentially, what are they really going to be doing or producing? So again, drivers probably going to be pretty happy to hear this type of thing. So it says employees within the unit are reportedly skeptical of the ability of Dara, the former CEO of Expedia, to hold the unit accountable. Former CTO Tai Pham, who quit in April, told the publication that over the past 2 years, he periodically raised concerns about how much progress was being made by the unit. I just don't understand why, from all observable measures, this thing isn't making progress, he said. How come there hasn't been accountability or transparency? Dara declined to comment on the report, but Mayhofer defended the executive, calling him more than proficient in his understanding of Uber's self-driving goals, and adding that he definitely has the chops to evaluate our milestones, our progress toward our milestones, or to help in articulating what milestones to think about or how he'd like to see us describe our progress, he said. Okay, that's a pretty typical answer, at least in my opinion. So Mayhofer said that the self-driving unit, which last year got a $1 billion investment from Toyota-led fund, would likely raise funds from outside investors as profitability is still years away. Since we took the first investment money, that began the journey of us being thoughtful about how we go the distance, he said. We expect to have more partnerships. So again, drivers probably are happy to hear that, because if you like driving for Uber or want to continue driving and not sure about how far out self-driving car is actually going to be, it's going to be a long time, especially if they sunk $2.5 billion and can't even get a car to go from one location to another location down the street without it having some major issues. Now, there are reports about how some of the cars are acting, and you can find them on the internet if you want to just do a quick Google search. You can see a few different articles out there. But again, you probably won't have to worry really for a little while, at least when it comes down to it. Now, what if Tesla decided to buy Uber? And that is a rumor that's going around when it comes down to it. But chances are, even then, with self-driving cars, overall, it's just going to be a long time until they're actually on the road, because there's a lot of variables that they have to account for. And that includes pedestrians, that includes other cars, stop signs, the rules of the road, everything under the sun that you can possibly think of has to get programmed into the cars. So it's going to be a long time until then. Either way, $2.5 billion price tag on a few thousand-pound paperweight is pretty funny, though, nonetheless. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is pretty funny? Do you think that they should probably stop their $2.5 billion search for a self-driving car and then put that money back towards drivers? Comment below, let me know. Now that's the end of the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded. Also, make sure to check the description below for other helpful information and tips. And as always, never drink and drive. Always tip your drivers, your delivery drivers, and your shoppers. We'll see you next time.